Okay, can everybody hear me? Can we all see me? I think we're good. I think we're good. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna have to send this. This is linked to the other one here. Hold on. Okay. Are we in? My goodness. You guys, I apologize. I had everything tested and tried and okay. You know what? We're here. That's a good thing. We're happy that we're here. Yay! Lots of people here. This is great. Okay. Ooh, I settled in. Whoa. The stress. The stress that comes with streaming is insane. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone here. Welcome, welcome. I apologize for any of the confusion. If we were sitting back waiting for the last stream to start, hiccups left, right, and center here. And I'm hoping that there won't be any more. My fingers are crossed. My eyes are crossed. Well, no, those aren't, but we'll see how it goes. So, welcome back to another live stream, Tonicized Music Academy. This is kind of like our extra bonus stream to make up for the confusion and the chaos that was last week. And yet here we are with more confusion and chaos. So I will get to the bottom of this. I promise you guys this will not be a common thing. It's driving me up the wall. But I did figure out, I think last time, the reason that I didn't have any audio coming from my laptop was because I didn't have the update for my little switchy box camera thing that does all the cool stuff, like switches from my laptop to here. And that's where the audio comes through. And so if that's not updated, then it doesn't talk to the computer. And so that's, I think, part of the problem why we had that. The other part was just the Wi-Fi in general. So I see that there's more of us trickling in here. Thank you again for jumping in. No, don't jinx it. Yes, knock on wood, knock on wood. We were all just fingers crossed, ready to go. But I want to say hello to everybody. I want to say hi to Theory Mary. I want to say hello to Franzi. Hello, Carol. Hello, Jason. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. Music Video Piano. Yeah, sorry. I saw Music Man and then I saw Franzi at the same time and they melded the names together. Who else did I see? Carol. I don't see Kathy, so I'm going to send her a little message here. Just give me a second. Boop. Yes, Kathy was very, very adamant on being here today, so I want to make sure that she's rocking and rolling with us. If you didn't get that update, I hope that, I hope we get everybody in here. Awesome. Okay, so we were talking about brass stuff last time, and kind of the three big important pieces that you need to kind of know where you are in brass writing world and what you need to do for that. So I'm hoping that we can touch back on that today a little bit. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. What I think what I'll also do is I'm going to go back over here for just a hot second. Not a cold second, just a hot second. And I'm going to put a comment to a YouTube link and put that under the comments of the old stream. So just making sure everyone can get there. I do feel really bad about that. So I'm going to make sure that that's taken care of before we get too crazy. Now, I hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone's feeling good. It's feeling like spring here, which is really weird. I'm not super stoked about that because it's supposed to be cold right now. And I wonder what that will do for other things. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of nice. It's feeling a little warmer, which is a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's my week. Been pretty fun. I've been working on some side projects here. I have a big announcement coming up next stream, so I hope that you guys are ready to rock and roll with that. Looking forward to sharing that with everyone. But in the meantime, we're just going to dive right in and see how this goes. Fingers crossed. And if not, it's going to be a guitar performance day. We're going to cry about it later. Okay. let's see. Go back here. I would like to partake in that, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is my backup stream. Not particularly happy I had to use the backup stream, but hey, it's all good. It is all good. Live chat. Yes, please. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. Brass is loud. Yes, but I can't hear well. Okay. So if we're not hearing well, that's just me. Or turn up your volume, but I make sure that we're all good there. I think I'm good on my end. All is well. Okay. Here we go. Are we ready? This is when we start to just... Okay. I think that... I almost just spilled my tea all over the place. Today's going to be wild. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Now, I think that I've just figured it out. We should be good. I'm going to cross my fingers. This is the stuff we did last time. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's not good. Let's try something else instead. I can't believe that. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. We've got that going to there, and our audio is going to here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's try this. The worst but best noise you could ever ask for. Okay, here it goes. Pretty good for not being able to hear last week. Okay, yay. Yay, 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 yay. I am stoked. I'm gonna... Okay, all good. Awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, good stuff. Is everybody excited? Is everybody excited? Yes. Okay, good. Happy days are here again. La 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 la. I was right about the update. Good, good, good. Okay. Sorry about that big loud buzz, everybody. I apologize. That scared you a little bit. It scared me. Just if that makes you feel any better. I don't know if it does, but okay. Whew. So, brass time. Let's talk about brass. Brass instruments use mouthpieces, right? And they are typically used as kind of like a texture in your orchestra. So you have lots of different kind of big loud punches you can do. You have big swells you can do. Lots of different things you can do with brass instruments. This is what we talked about last stream. This is just a quick little recap. If you did not get that stream or you weren't able to watch it, this is just kind of your update, and then we'll dive into kind of the new thing I wanted to talk about if we have time. Now, brass instruments have three things you need to think about. One is basically the range, right? How high or how low can someone play? This is a very big thing. The second thing was just kind of like the articulations. So well, I'm doing these in weird order, but articulations meaning what can you actually do with the instrument. So ba-da-da versus da-da-da versus da-da-da-da-da, right? Or brrr. You can scoop it too, which is really cool. And then the third thing, what was the third thing? Hold on, range and volumes. That's the one. Yeah, volumes. So volume is a big thing because of how brass instruments are designed. They can just cover instruments up. They can just blast through things. So you have to be very careful with how you are using dynamics with your brass. Those are the three kind of tips and tricks that we want to use for brass writing. So let's take a look and see if we can make a brass quintet. That would be kind of fun. So we've got some trumpet. It wasn't the ranges. It was the number one. That's what I forgot. So major seconds are what we want to work with trumpets. Now, why major seconds? Well, basically what brass instruments do, and we talked a little bit about this last week, and this is the hardest part about writing for brass instruments, is the key changes. If you were writing with a B flat trumpet, you have to write it a major second lower than the piano for it to sound like the same note that you would get from a piano. So let me show you. Displaying concert pitch. So concert pitch is basically everything up. There we go. Concert pitch is basically everything that is played on the score will match if you play it on the piano. So if I play this G here with the trumpet part, it'll sound like G on the piano. If I play, C, it'll sound like C. But as soon as I go and I change this to non-concert pitch, look at this. This was a G. It is now A. This is a A. This is a G. This is a C. So these three, they got whacked. They got completely rearranged. They got completely walked around to something else, right? Walked around? That's not the verb. They got shuffled around. I'm just frazzled by this tech thing. I'm trying to settle in. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm just like, I'm just going for it. So I apologize if it feels a little energetic all of a sudden. There we go. So what's happened here is the instrument itself plays a major second lower than what a piano typically would. So if you play a C on the piano, you're going to have to play a B flat on the trumpet to match that note. So what that means is if you want to write a G, for example, in your score, that means you have to write, well, it's going to sound like an F if you put G on your trumpet part, which isn't what you want. So you want it to sound like a G, which means you have to put it up to the A. This is the confusing part about writing for brass instruments and for other instruments as well, but specifically we're just talking about brass today. Yeah, it's a very, very, very weird thing. It's called transposing. Yes, transcribing is different. Transposing is like shifting the pitches so it fits in with the kind of tonal center of the instrument. Whereas transcribing is, I listen to this beautiful song and I write it out exactly as it's played. Very hard to do, but a great ear training exercise all the same. Maybe we could do some of those one day. Carol Thompson says, while I use the term keys when they are marked in different sharps. That seemed wrong, but tech problems interrupted your explanation as to correct term. Is this it? Okay, let's talk about this. So Carol is asking, basically, what kind of keys do these instruments play in? The keys when they're marked in different sharps. Yes. So the number of sharps and the number of flats tell you what key you're in. 100%. That's what we look for as musicians, as composers. It's like you're in, you get it, you got it. All those numbers, they make sense. It's really, really cool. I just saw the Finder image in my chat and I got really scared for a second because I was like, uh-oh, what's going on now? But it is actually, I'm gonna try and say your name here. Akshanch? Is that how you say that? Akshanch or Akshanch? That's really cool. I like that name. That's a very cool name. Welcome to your first ever live stream from Tonicized Music Academy. I'm so excited to have you here, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you have fun, and I hope you get to hang out with us more and more and more. Now, back to our key signatures here. Yes, things are marked with key signatures. Typically, that is what you're going to be using in order to tell you kind of what ingredients you need to fit into the sound of the song or the sound of the piece, right? Now, we have multiple different key signatures, which means we have multiple different numbers of sharps and flats at the start of the song. Because we switch our tonal center for our instrument, right? If I go back to concert pitch, everything's going to be in the key of C, which has no sharps and no flats. Now, if you want to know more about this, I have plugged it once and I'll plug it again because I love that video so much. There is a video on the circle of fifths on this channel. You can go check it out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite part was. Like the video if you want it, but it will give you everything you need to know about how to use the circle of fifths and how you can start using it in your music. It is so much fun. It's my favorite part of music. I used to hate it. Now I love it. Go check it out. So much fun. Okay. So going back to this, if we change our key signature, right? Well, sorry, if we change our concert pitch, this will also affect our key signature. What was the rule for trumpets? Well, the rule for trumpets was a major second, right? C major has 0 sharps and flats. Lovely key signature to start with. However, D major is a major second up, right? From C to D. So if it's a major second up, we have to now know the key signature of D major, just like that. Now, if you've memorized the circle of fifths, you'll know that it's 2 sharps. Boom, done. And there's a sentence we use. I actually just learned a new sentence, but I totally forgot what it was. I'll share it with you guys next week because it's a lot easier to remember than Father Charles goes down and ends battle. I like that sentence because that's the one I use, but I never considered, there could be other ways to remember that sentence. So I'll share that with you guys in a bit, probably next week or 2 weeks from now. But yeah, that's the sentence we use to figure out the order in which we add the sharps. Again, covered in that circle of fifths video. So now we've moved up a second. We've got 2 sharps, Father Charles, F and C. Pretty cool. French horn's a little easier in the sense that it's kind of like, it's a perfect fifth difference. Okay. So when you're looking at, I want to write a C, well, it's actually going to be written as a G, and that will sound like C for the piano. So French horn goes up a fifth, which, lucky us, the circle of fifths is built on fifths. So we actually just have to only add 1 sharp here because it's G major's key signature in this world of French horn. Wild to think about it because we've got D major here and we've got A major here. D major here, we've got G major here, and we've got C major here. So writing in non-concert pitch is very difficult. That's why most people, they start writing with concert pitch. This is the hardest part of writing for brass. Plain and simple. That's the hardest part. If you can get that and understand the ranges and what you have to do in order for your instrument to sound like the piano, if it was to play the same note, then you are good to go. I'm so glad I pronounced your name correctly, Akshansh. I'm so bad at names. So I'm very, very proud of myself that I got that, but I love that name. It is so cool. Akshansh. It's very cool. Okay. Carol Thompson says, so if I reference it again, should I use tonal center? Sorry, I'm trying to learn the correct terminology. Got it. Okay. So basically, these are some good questions, you guys. I'm so stoked about this. Okay, this is good. So Carol, basically what you're talking about is, when you're changing the key signatures, you're fitting the instruments into their tonal centers, if that makes sense. So the tonal center of a trumpet is just open, right? That's kind of the C, the starting point. Piano doesn't really have one because it's got all of them, right? But different instruments sit differently on certain scales. There's some that are easy to play and there's some that are harder to play. So we kind of call those like the tonal centers of their instruments. Tonal centers can mean 2 different things. Tonal centers in instrument world is, the easiest way to play the instrument. That's what I always say. But it's like the C major scale equivalent. But in tonal center world, when it comes to theory, that's where you're analyzing your harmonies and your chords to figure out where is your home base or where is your tonal center. So there's different contexts there. But tonal center kind of, I don't know, I use it interchangeably. I probably shouldn't, but you can. People will know kind of what you mean by the instrument's tonal center versus the song's tonal center. Those are 2 different things. Did you bring your trumpet? I didn't. Unfortunately, it is back in my old house, like an hour and a half drive away, but I will bring it on stream at some point, I promise. Okay. So transposing is different slightly, but you can use that instrument tonal center versus the non. Okay. But Sam, why are French horns different from the trumpet? Okay. Great question, Tony. Great question. Trumpets and trombones, technically, and French horns, they're all built a little differently. And basically, it's how the wind goes through the horn and then goes through the valves that creates the sound, right? If you look at a French horn, it's more circular. And if you look at a trumpet, it's a little bit longer. It's stretched out a little bit. This changes the sound, right? I don't know exactly how it changes the sound. I couldn't tell you like the physics behind it, but that is essentially the difference between the two instruments. The French horn gets a nice warm sound, whereas the trumpet usually is a very bright, brassy sound, and it changes as you go through the different instruments, right? So trombone would be kind of a wah, 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 wah kind of sound. It's a little heftier, right? Tubas, they've got big honking pipes going through them, right? And so that's going to give really strong, big, low frequencies because the vibrations of the mouthpiece is going through and making much bigger sounds. It's very cool science-wise. I couldn't tell you like the physics behind all of it, but it is pretty cool, and it does give that kind of section, the brass section, a very diverse sound palette that you can work with as a composer. Okay, that was a lot of chat, which was great. I'm so happy with all these questions. Again, if you still have questions, please let me know. Pop them in the chat. All is well. Looks like Wi-Fi is doing great. Happy days. All is well. Yay. Go us. We're doing great. Okay, let's see what we can do with our score. So we're going to start with our trumpet here and our melodies, and then we're going to add harmonies and build our chords just like we always do with our cool. Kind of like it, kind of don't like the sounds, but that's okay. Let's try this. I'm going to put this to quiet here. I'm going to bring it all down to that. Okay, good stuff. Great. Okay, so with this small kind of dynamic marking, we're going to have a lots of kind of places to go. I'm going to actually start it there. So E, and then up to the G. Okay. So that's what we're going to do with the melody. Yes, I like this. Da, 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 okay, that's going to be our main melody. Let's take a listen to that. Awesome. I don't like how fast it is. I want it a little slower, so I'm going to slow it down quite a bit here. I'm going to go quarter note equals, let's go 87, just for fun. Why not? Great. That should slow things down. Nice. Great stuff. Why is this so loud? My goodness. Is it just me? Am I the problem? Okay, here. There we go. Okay, there's left. I'm going to put everything towards the middle because no one needs the pan. No one needs the panning right now. And then maybe we do that a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, let's try that now. There we go. Okay, awesome. Great melody, great melody. My Gully says, I finally found the part to connect my microphone. It was a long time ago when I asked, so how do I use it? Okay, so My Gully, great question. If you have a microphone like this one, I'm just going to quickly talk about this for a little bit because it's important. this microphone has something called an XLR cable. So this is the little cable that I get at the bottom of the mic. Most microphones will have this. Some microphones are USB. So you'll have to figure out which one's which. Once you get that cable plugged into your microphone, you can then put that little cable into whichever port you have available. Now, if your microphone is a USB, you can put that right into your computer, and your computer will act like that is its ears. So it can pretend that that microphone is getting that audio into the computer, and you can record stuff, record your talking, record whatever you'd like. However, if you have an XLR cable, like the one that I have here, which is basically just 3 prongs inside of a circle, it usually looks kind of like it goes like underneath instead. That will go into what's called a interface. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You cannot plug an XLR cable into your computer without an interface. So you can get interfaces for very cheap. You can get interfaces for very expensive. Please don't buy the expensive ones if you're just doing simple stuff. Please don't. It's not worth it. You can get little small ones. I have one here that's got 2 XLR ports in it, so I can plug 2 mics in if I really wanted to, so podcasting or anything like that. However, if you wanted to just have 1 XLR cable port, that is totally fine. So that is what you would need. An XLR cable, a interface, and then that interface would plug into your computer, and there you go. It's using it as ears once again. Okay, that is what I will say about that, and maybe there's a tech video that comes out on how to set that up. But in the meantime, let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in down in the comments, or if you want to reach out to me on any of the social platforms and ask me more questions about that. I will be able to answer them, or maybe make a video on them entirely for that purpose. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of bits and pieces, but that's as clear as I could make it without making a full video tutorial on how to actually do the things. So maybe I do that. Okay. Oh, good questions. Is it okay to lower the gain and keep face nearer to the mic for the best recording? It depends on the situation, Akshansh. It really does. If you have like, also, what time is it there? Is it really late? My goodness, Akshansh, thank you for being here. Yes. Oh, what was I talking about? Sorry, totally got off track. Is it okay to lower the gain and keep face? So typically, if you have a very hot microphone, meaning that the microphone is very actively picking up everything, yes, lowering the gain is really good. If you have a very low microphone, or if you have like some audio quality or audio quality treatment, or like something you're recording into, well, absolutely, you can raise the gain, right? It depends, and you have to really play around with it and experiment which version works best. 308, my goodness gracious, you're gonna see the sun in like 2 hours. But thank you for being here, Akshansh. I appreciate that. My Gully, if it's USB, plug that thing into a USB port on your computer, and you will be able to use that just fine. Just make sure that in your settings, it is highlighted as your audio input. That will be very important. If it does not, it will not pick up, but sometimes they automatically switch anyway. So that is what you need. Don't even worry about the interface stuff, just a USB microphone. Okay, let's write some melodies, my friends. Thank you for those great questions. I'm going to write very similarly to the bottom part. Now, what we can do with writing, and this is really, really cool. I do need a tech person, seriously. I know how it works, but fixing it's a nightmare. Okay. Great. Okay, so what I've done is I've copied this melody, and I've literally just pasted it underneath, and then I lowered it down by 2. Now, what this will do is basically create like a, well, it creates a harmony within my melody, which is pretty cool. Let's try it out. It's beautiful. It works every time. It's so nice. However, it does get pretty solid and locked. You don't really have places to move with your harmonies here. So we're going to maybe play around with that a little bit here. A question from Franzi: is it worth buying one of those foam screens behind the mic? I would say yes if you're doing anything, production quality audio required. However, if you have cats, make sure that they stay away, because I don't know if you guys can see this. That is a chewed up microphone. I have my door open for 5 seconds. 5 stinking seconds. Okay. Anywho. It's okay. They're only like $10, so. Okay. Let's talk about the next parts. So now we've got some French horn parts here, and I really like French horn. I'm a sucker for a good French horn part. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. So we're actually going to do something a little different here. Because we already have C and E in our trumpet melody, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to maybe create like a counter melody in our French horn line. So what that means is it's going to sound a little different than what the trumpet's doing. So this needs to be a half note. Now, why? Well, because the movement here in the trumpet part is going to drown out anything fun and spectacular I do with my French horn line. Trumpets drown things out. That's kind of their shtick. So if they're too loud, good luck. Nice. And then I'm going to do that just for fun. So B and D. Now let's see how this sounds. I don't like this melody. Not at all. Let's try that. Not exactly. So brass writing's tricky because you can use your thirds. Those sound great, but as soon as you start adding counter melodies and try to harmonize, it gets very, very, very tricky. So what I usually do is if I get stuck, I will wait and not write that part, not the counter melody yet. What I will do is I'll write the bass part. So let's go back to the beginning and see where we're at. We have trombone and tuba. Now these two instruments work very well together. You can make harmonies sound beautiful with these things. However, you can get very big very quickly with these big low resonances. I'm going to start super low with this guy. Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Music Video Piano. Hit the like button. Let's get this video to the highest number of likes we've ever seen. I think the highest number of likes right now is 5, so it's not going to be tough to beat. Let's see if we can make it to 10. And hey, we've got audio today, so you can watch the whole thing now. It's fantastic. Found this really good antiox tea. It's really yummy, but it's like fruit flavor. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Usually it's a coffee day. I have coffee in the microwave. Anyway, okay. Let's go to G. Nice. Oh, that's a terrible trombone noise. So I was talking to one of my students actually yesterday about finale versus muse score versus Sibelius, and some of the different writing notation softwares that are out there. And The more and more I hear about MuseScore, the more and more I'm so close to switching sides. I'm so close. But we'll see. We'll see. You might be seeing some more MuseScore in the very near future. Okay, let's try this. Awesome. Thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate that. So nice of you. Oh, we're at 4 likes right now, you guys. We need that 5th like. So let me know if you like the video. If you don't, well then don't like it. That makes sense. Don't do that. Don't go against your own thought processes. My goodness. This is called a pedal, what I'm doing in the tuba. This big, long, low note. Love that stuff. It makes brass writing so much fun. And now we're going to put a perfect 5th in the trombone, and you're going to hear this nice... super strong part, which is really cool. Now, I can't move my parallel 5th the way I think some of you were expecting me to move it, mostly because of the parallel 5ths rule, which means that you can't move 5ths like a block. You have to kind of move them back and forth between 4ths and 6ths. Because of the way the harmony sounds, it kind of feels locked up. That 5th position is going to be really kind of stuck, which is kind of strange. So let me see here. Let me see what we got. What do we got here for like numbers? I've bowed to pressure. Like the video soon. Okay, sounds good. Mine says 5 now. Hey! We win. That's very fun. Okay. I'm going to put this out. Then I'm gonna turn this. Oh, wait. I can see 7 likes. What? Well, maybe I'm just slow to the party. All right. 7 likes. Party time. I don't know what noise that was. I just made it. That was crazy. Nice. That's really cool. Dum, da, da, da. Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, that's great. I like that melody. That's really fun. Thank you very much, everyone, for liking the video. I appreciate that. It does help the channel quite a bit. Nice. Okay, let's move our root. So when we move roots with harmonies, it creates a different kind of sound. It creates a different tension. So C. We're just going to the F chord here, the 4th of the scale. Nice. Oh. What am I doing? Okay, I'll talk about what I just did there. I thought this was where we were going, but it's not the right way to do that at all. Okay. It's getting harder and harder to see here, so I'm going to switch the view to scroll view. That's much better. There we go. Nice. Okay. Wow, lots of theory going on here, which is really cool. Sometimes the like number gets a little whacked. Yeah, YouTube doesn't quite keep everything in line. I don't know, something like that. But hey, you know what? 5 likes, 20 likes, does not matter. As long as you guys are here enjoying it, that's what matters to me. So thank you for being here and thanks for hanging out. Trumpet. We're just going to do the same thing again because it seems like the easiest thing. Mm-hmm. Na, na, na. Da, da, da. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and That's cool. Cool. Okay, so the melody here is kind of similar, but what we've done in this specific spot, this note right here, we've done F and then D flat and D flat. So this is not part of our key signature. This is borrowing from something else. And this is something you can do as a composer, as a creative kind of musical mind, is take different sounds from different keys and just kind of plop them in whenever you feel like it, once you get really comfortable with your key signatures. Now, I know that this D flat works really, really well because this actually creates a different kind of sound. It's just a pattern. It's a harmony that works really well. Now, I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of diatonic chords today and where these diatonic chords are coming from and how you can use different diatonic chords from different scales. You can see already it gets wild and crazy. So that's what we'll say today. You can just flat one note and then reset. Try that out. See if it works. If you like it, great. You don't have to understand it. You can just try it and see if it sounds good. Carol says, a great question. What is the best way to learn sight reading? To learn each staff separately or learn both staves at the same time? I'm using a landmark system. Okay. So the landmark system is something that I teach almost every day. At work and, teaching here and all that stuff. Basically, what I do is I use the sentences for the treble clef. Every good boy deserves fudge. And then the spaces, leave a space for your face. F, A, C, and E. And this is from bottom to top. Now, the bass clef here is a little different. On the bottom, you've got all cows eat grass. Okay. And then the other one... Huh? Did I save it? Oh no! Ah! Where'd it go? Okay, we good. We good. That was scary. Woo! What happened there? That was wild. Okay, we're good. Yikes. Scary stuff. Okay. Going back to your lines in the bass clef, you've got great big dogs find animals. And now we can't hear it. Of course we can't. Why would we be able to do that? That would make it too easy. There we go. So yeah, great big dogs find animals. You could also use great big dragons fly around, which is really, really cool. I like the dragons one, personally. Okay, super, super, super cool. I'm really stoked about this. Let's keep writing a little bit. We'll finish it up probably soon. But yeah, happy days. Hopefully that doesn't boot up again. Achange. Sorry, I keep double checking I'm saying your name right. I'm an Indian producer, composer, and singer as well. I just love the American chords and melody. Oh, very cool. Great to learn my future new music and unique things from Sam with his good emotions and face. Thank you so much, Akshansh. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, be sure to subscribe. You can keep up with all these live streams. I do lots of live streams like every 2 weeks, every week usually. So yeah, pretty cool. I've asked quite a lot tonight. Thanks, Sam. No worries at all, Carol. This is what these are for. My goalie says, what does Lois Armstrong play? Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure if this is a joke, but if it is, I feel like this is going to be a good one. What does Lois Armstrong play? Well, Louis Armstrong, the trumpet player, he played trumpet. He was a very renowned trumpet player, but he also did some singing, right? He was the hello, Dolly. He kind of sounded like that a little bit. Yeah, that's Louis Armstrong. So if you missed the U, that's totally cool. If this is a joke, also totally cool. I like jokes. Appropriate internet jokes. Okay, don't need to be canceled up in here. Let's take a look from the beginning. Get a nice start to our finish here. Perfect. Okay. I like that. That's really cool. Now, we still have some French horn to add, but we haven't done that yet. That's okay. Let's go back to measure 6. Let's just take a look. Yeah, it sounds pretty good so far. Nice. It's awesome. Okay, so trombone time. Ba-da-da. Okay, this is what I'm thinking with this part. Because the trumpet is so busy, I like to keep things a little bit less busy in the other parts. So basically, when you have busy melody or slightly busier melody, it's always good to balance it out with a kind of a more chilled out counter melody. It does help support the main idea, not overshadow the main idea. And so when you have that, it kind of creates a really cool kind of you know, the thing that I'm doing with my hands. Atmosphere. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, what bass notes do I need? Oh, yes. Okay, let's try that. Curious to see what this does. Oh, thanks, Akshanj. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So this is your first live stream you've been a part of. That's so cool. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm so lucky to be able to say hi to you guys in these chats. It's awesome. I thought for that I wasn't sure. The both stages just wanted time. Oh, learn both at the same time. Trying to challenge yourself. That's what I would say, Carol. Big white handkerchief. Maybe I was tripling. Oh, my Gully, your cat's gained 10 pounds. Oh no, he's a chunky boy. Yes. Oh, you knew me when I was at piano. That's cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Akshanj. Appreciate that. There's so many people that I met at piano, and like, it's so crazy because like I remember everyone's like personality when it came to like emailing and that kind of thing, and on their username in the actual site. But then you remove yourself from that, and it's so hard to remember who people are because without like a wait. Oh, so if I have talked to you in the past via email and it seems like I don't know who you are on stream here, it's not because I forgot you. It's just I don't have that connection yet. So don't worry. It's all good. I'm sure we'll get to know each other again. It's kind of like a weird double take, if you will. Freaky. Is it, no, that's never mind. Different video, different movie. Yes, Carol, good job. Take on the challenge. That's great. Okay, let's take a listen to this bass part that I just added here. So we've got B flat minor here. Oh, that's brilliant. Very, very pretty. Now we've got some French horn to kind of seal the deal with everything and make it really, really, really pretty. Let's go back to the beginning. I think that should work. Okay, so this counter melody really utilizes this quarter rest to kind of bring the emotion forward. There's a quarter rest sitting right there. So da da, and as soon as this lands, that's when the trumpets respond. So let's take a listen to how that's going to sound in context with whatever else we were doing here. Now I'm going to go back to scroll view. I'm going to save it, and then we are going to go from the very beginning. Very cool. So this is honestly sounding really busy to me right now. It's not nearly as slow as I had in my head. Da, da, da. Yeah. Cool. And then we can loop it. That's a really cool thing. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. Okay. It just takes time and muscle memory to get to... Yes. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of just a muscle memory thing more than anything. And once you get really, really good at it, I would recommend flashcards. It's really, really fun. I'm gonna plug a website, and not sponsored by any means, but I use it all the time with my students in one-on-ones, and it really helps kind of develop your reading and your abilities to do so. So let me finish this melody up here just with the whole thing. I think it's all good. We'll probably end up looping it again. I want to slow it down a little bit though. Just for the sake of the musicianship, let's go with 65 beats per minute. I want to see what that sounds like. That sounds way better. That's what I had in my head. It's much more majestic, much more fanfare-y. It's like a king's marching in. Okay, we need to fix that measure. It was already there, just an octave lower. So, all is well. Okay, I think we need to fix this stinking measure, and then we're going to be done, the writing portion of today. And then I'll talk a little bit about that website I mentioned to practice your lines and spaces, get really good at knowing those notes, because if you know the rules, you can break them later. Nope. No. This is too busy. So, busy, 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 busy. We need to go... Yes, okay, so I think this might work. It probably won't. That's kind of cool, but I don't like it. Okay. So the the French horn part is very sacred to me. In most contexts, it's kind of a weird thing, but I really find that the French horn brings the piece together a lot of the time. The trombone and the tuba, they're the bass. The trumpets, they get the melody and like the harmony within the melody. And then the French horn kind of sits in between all the parts and kind of connects them in this really kind of ooey gooey, warm, sticky kind of way. And yeah, it's kind of a fun way to do it. So awesome. The easy uh-oh. The easy version. I love the song, whereas to the horror of most people here, I can't stand Let It Be. It's my substitute. Same. Heard that song too many times. The song is played too much. Should have said probably to horror of most people. Yeah. I mean, it's a good song. The Beatles wrote a great tune. I think it's just a lot of people like it, you know? And it's easy to play, so everyone plays it. But then everyone hates it because everyone plays it because everyone thinks it's easy. So the debate continues. Is it a good song or is it not? Let's listen to the whole thing all the way through, my friends. Are you also able to listen to white noise? I'll switch back to this one. How's the audio for this? Hold on. I think that's... That would make sense. Yeah, I think I've... Hold on. That now my volume's going to be a lot higher now. So you're going to hear me probably loud and clear. I'm not even a Beatles fan, Carol says. Oh my goodness. You started out there. My goodness. Okay, pan is 50%. Now we're at 100%. So that should be a little bit better. Or maybe it should be 50. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Can I hear it actually? Can I hear what's going on? Can I hear what's happening? Okay, so we've got both parts, which is really good. And I can hear myself, which is also really good. So I know that that's happening. Okay, weird. Super weird. I'm not sure. That's really strange, actually. I'm not sure why that's doing that. Sorry, I'll say it right. Exchange. I will get better at that, I promise. Cool. So I think for today, we'll stop there. But there is a question about that D flat with Franzi. So, Sam, with the B minor, did you double the D flat intentionally? I did. So this intentional move is just going from major to minor, and then it bounces to another major chord, which is kind of, or a diatonic chord, sorry, not a major chord, which means a chord that's in the key. Yeah, it really sets up a nice shift in movement. It's something different. It's just a little bit of spice, Now, Franzi and I, we had a lovely chat here yesterday, during her lesson. So if you're interested in one-on-one lessons, let me know. But Franzi had mentioned that she'd been working on this chord arrangement, and it was really, really tricky to figure out kind of where the chords sat diatonically. And, you know, we've worked on it. Franzi, you've gotten so much better at this. But something came out of this that basically describes the use of diatonic versus non-diatonic chords. And this is spice versus rice. So if you're, cooking, some people like lots of spice. So they're going to put a lot of different kind of variations in their rice dish. Same thing with music. You can use a lot of different non-diatonic chords in your song to really create some spice, to create some interest. However, some people really like just plain rice. And that's okay. With a little bit of spice, maybe just a little bit. So you only add one non-diatonic chord, like we've done here. Or you'd add none, just plain white rice, right? And that's also very, very good. So that's kind of the analogy that came out of that. Spice and rice. It's a very good way to think about non-diatonic versus diatonic chords and how you can add them together. The spicier, the non-diatonicer. Does that make sense? The more non-diatonic. That's a hard way to describe that. Yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. Okay. Is it just a glitch on my PC? It might be me, Akshansh. I know there's been a few times where my audio's been glitchy, so don't stress if it is getting weird. Akshansh, you're from India, I believe. Is what we were talking about earlier in the chat here. So very good, very good. Very excited. All good. Okay, sweet. So much fun. Same Old Spice. I'm not going to finish that because I will get copywritten. Okay, that is a beautiful little tune. And the D flat is purposeful, Franzi. So if you're wondering how it works, one more lesson just to make sure you can understand what's going on. Here comes. Yes, it is the 3 of the chord. Boom! Nice. Yes, the D flat is the 3rd note of the B minor, or the B flat minor. So there's your B flat on the bottom. There's your D flat. There's your F. There's your D flat. There's your F. So it kind of alternates, which is kind of cool. And then this was B. So we have B, E, a D, which is kind of weird, E and G. So you've got a weird, what is that, E, G, B, D? That's an E minor 7. And then you switch to the B flat in the bottom, and that creates your kind of your minor sound, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so we went from root to B flat minor, which is not in the key. Now, friends, before I leave this lovely window, let's do one more thing. If we were to make sure that this was ready to go for orchestral practice, you would have to click concert pitch off. And look at this. It changed all 3 parts to now fit in with what they would need to do in order to play it accurately and effectively. And look, it doesn't change the sound. So what gets hard, you remember that D flat we were talking about in that chord? Look at that. It's now an E flat. Uh-oh. But hey, you've still got a B flat here. This is why brass writing is so stinking hard, because sometimes you'll look at this and go, that's a B flat, and then you got a D flat, and then you got an E, and then you got an E. No, sorry, you got a C, and then you got an E flat, and then you got a G. So you got a diminished chord here, and then you got a B flat and a D flat here. What's going on, right? And that gets complicated. So just make sure that if you are looking at parts, that you're analyzing them in reference to their concert pitch, not their non-concert pitch. That is a very important difference. All right, friends. Flat Beatles are best, like flat spiders. Or you could just do like the Beatles that are flat. So like instead of like love, love me do, it's like love, love me do. Just a little flat. Bad music joke. Okay. Anyways, friends, thank you for being here today. I'm so glad we got things up and running. I'm so glad things are feeling so much better. Oh, yes. Yes, for sure. So, Action, here's what I'll do. Okay. Right now, I'm streaming twice a week around this time. Now, I don't like changing the times too much just because I know that if it's consistent, everyone can watch. For those who can make it. And for those who can't, they can always just know that they can go watch the live stream after. And I don't like updating the schedule because I don't really have a way to let you guys know when those changes happen. All I have is my Facebook page, and that's pretty much it, besides the YouTube community stuff, and no one looks there. So the reason I don't want to change the time is for that reason. I don't want to throw curveballs in all the time. However, in the future, so later this year, I'm planning on having more live streams again. So that's something to look forward to. That's something that we can kind of rejoice together, and maybe we can do like a 10 a.m. and a 2 p.m. kind of thing. 2 streams a week kind of deal. That's kind of what I'm thinking about moving forward. However, that's not going to happen right away. So if you can bear with me, make the ones you can. Please don't sacrifice your sleep. You can always watch these back. I know you're watching if you are watching them after, and you can leave comments and questions, and I'll answer them in the comment sections and those kinds of things. Don't feel like you missed an opportunity to ask questions just because you weren't in the live stream chat. And that goes for everyone as well. If you guys are watching this back and you're like, man, I wish I was here. I wish I was watching that with everybody. Know that we see you. We want you to be here. Of course, if schedules don't line up, that's okay. Just make sure that you get into those comment sections and like the videos so that we know that you're there, you've been here, you're having a good time, and we can reach out and chat down in the comments as well. So with that, I will say adioses, amigoses for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me today. It's been so much fun. Thank you for waiting for the tech stuff to kick up and boot up and do all that stuff. Next live stream will be Saturday, same time, 2:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That will be the time next week. I will put that in the schedule right now because this live stream that you're in right now is supposed to be next one's, but we use that as a backup. Oh, that's very exciting, Akshant. You can hang out. That'd be great. Awesome. Very exciting. Well, we'll look forward to hearing from you, Akshant, when you get the chance. And everyone else, thank you again for being here. Again, it's so much fun to hang out with all of you, and I'm hoping that you guys have fantastic weeks ahead. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. And hope you had fun. Hope you had a good time. Shout out to my grandpa. It's his 79th birthday today. Wanted to put that out there. Happy birthday. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Go listen to some music. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.